In this video, we're going to learn about pointers and how to optimize their programming and make it generic. As we saw in the previous exercise, setting options for each action in the navigator functions method can quickly become tedious, so we need to set the action toward the table corresponding to the selected page. In that case, it's easier to indicate the table to be used just once at the beginning of the method. We can store this directive in a variable and then use this variable in the commands. Logically speaking, we can't say that a variable is equal to a table. These objects are completely different and have completely different content as well. We've already learned that a variable can be an integer, number, text, picture, etc. It contains a value of the relevant type. A table isn't content like a numeric value is. The solution is to use a variable of the pointer type. So we're going to set the variable, which is a local variable. See pointer $table pointer. This variable exists in memory. Now, to assign a value, we'll use the following type of syntax: $table pointer, interventions. So as we saw for variables, we have initialization, assignment of value, and later on, wherever the interventions table should have been used, we'll be able to replace it with this variable that we'll need to depoint in this case. The advantage being that all the code is here, a simple copy and paste with only a change of table can be replaced by these two same lines of code, provided we've previously set the table to where it must point, depending on the page number. So we have to get the code that we wrote earlier, and here we indicate that if we're on page 1, we point to the interventions, if we're on page 2, we point to the technicians. That said, we no longer need to test the pages here, and so it's no longer useful to have this duplicate program. We have a first program here that lets us set the table concerned depending on the page, and then set the action to perform regardless of the page since the correct table was set. The same principle applies for searches. We'll move the code here, completely remove the case of that is here, and replace intervention with a pointer to the table since we're on page 2. When we get here, the pointer will be a pointer to technicians, and so we'll search in the technicians table. The number of records found is the number of records found in the technicians table.